What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's the big dog named Austin, back at you again. It's been a pretty quiet offseason. Not much has happened. Michael Pittman bumped his knee in practice in the OTAs. He had a guy tear his ACL in the secondary. Not much has happened. I got a Colts air up guy. His name's Frank. Got him in a garage sale for $1. That's a steal. That's a steal. Look, I'm here because I want to talk about something that concerns me a little bit. Now, I'm not freaking out. I'm not panicking. I'm not sounding the alarms. But Anthony Richardson, so far in the OTAs, has a little bit of right shoulder soreness. Now, I'm not a doctor. I don't know what kind of soreness, what kind of ailments players have after surgeries. This man is coming off of shoulder surgery in his throwing arm. He says he wakes up some days, he feels amazing. Some days he wakes up not so good. Apparently yesterday, Wednesday, that was one of those days. He's throwing a little bit, kind of doing this, getting checked out by the medical staff. He didn't practice today. He didn't throw right-handed today. He threw left-handed. If he can do both, fantastic. I don't want to, sound like a pessimist here when I say this, but man, I don't like it. I don't want to say it's a bad thing. Like I said, I don't want to panic, but I don't like it. It is a little bit concerning considering his injury history in such a short period of time in the NFL. We'll see what happens, see if he can stay healthy behind a revamped, a better offensive line, beefed up offensive line. He's smarter, he knows the offense better. You got a backup in Joe Flacco, who I, by all accounts, hope we don't see him once this season, but something tells me there might be a game or two where you might need him. And Joe Flacco, he can sling it. He's been ripping it in practice. A lot of guys have been giving him praise in practice, saying Joe Flacco he can sling it. So he's there if we need him. And we might. He can't run like Anthony Richardson. When you got a guy who's 6'4", 255, can run a 4.3 40, and you don't want him to take hits, but you want him to run because he's so dynamic. But you don't want him to get injured. But he can change a game with one play, with one run. Man, it's going to be tough. I've heard people around the city say limit, not eliminate. I think that's a good way to go about things. Shane Steichen's aware. Anthony Richardson's aware. Anthony Richardson just needs to be smarter. He needs to slide. He needs to not take those hits going into the end zone. He knows this. He has heard this. He has seen this. He knows this firsthand. So mentally, I'm not worried about Anthony Richardson. It is physically. He's taking a lot of hits, and he's taking a pretty good beating in the first small portion of his career. But again, nothing's really happened this offseason. We got training camp in a month and a half. I'm going to start a series where I go through everything in my room. Not everything, but a lot of things in my room that have significant value, that have stories behind them. I'm going to go through and I'm going to tell you some stories. Nothing too crazy, It's not like I battle the Patriots fan to the death for these cards. No. I'm probably the bottom of the pro shop, but there's still a story behind them. But I want you guys to stick around because there's going to be a lot more videos like that. Life's been busy. Life's been hectic. I try to get to these videos the best I can. But sometimes it doesn't always work out. I'm going to be in here grinding because I am the big dog named Austin. Go Colts.